been married for about 8.5 years. It's been, for the most part, pretty good, I would say. I'd say before kids, life is great. You got the googly eyes for each other, and
Not very many issues.
No, we always kind of said, I'm glad we're not one of those couples that fights all the time.
Yeah. I always wanted 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and that worked out perfect. Thank you, Jesus. And I just figured we'd just grow up together, go on family vacations, just enjoy each other's company. And overall, I think we've done a great job at that. But there's a lot more reality that sunk in after the fact of having that second kid, I think, is when the struggles truly started to come for us.
I think we've said before that it's almost like we became roommates that were taking care of 2 kids.
You just start to focus more on survival mode, focusing on supporting your children, taking care of them. And we kind of started to lose track of each other and our marriage as well. It almost felt somewhat like a postpartum depression for me. I didn't necessarily know that that's what it was, but I tried to ask him for help. I knew I needed to seek out some type of help, but he just said, we're just going through a rough patch, we'll get through it. So we tried that route, and well, that wasn't working. So what, about a year later or so is when I just decided I had enough, and I wasn't happy. And I came home and said, I just think that we need to separate. He can be stubborn sometimes. And so he's like, nope, that's not gonna happen. We'll get help. We're gonna figure this out.
I reached out to my friends, close friends at Restore, and talked to Gene, and he recommended Marriage Matters. Luckily, I convinced her to not leave me right away and stick around to at least try. We started meeting with our coaches probably about a week later, maybe 2 weeks later.
After 2 or 3 sessions with our coaches is when it's really started to change for us together as a couple. We started to go, we did a date night here and there, whereas before I think it was several months without any date without the kids. So just having that quality time with each other also helped open that up.
It gave us both tools to use, not a step-by-step, save your marriage thing. And through that, I was able to see how God created you to see you through His lens and love you how you were meant to be loved, instead of trying to love you like how I thought you should be loved.
It almost felt like I could see Patrick as who I once married, whereas before we started those sessions, it didn't feel like the same person that I married. You were struggling just as much. And after all of those sessions, being able to communicate and just open up those lines and know how you perceive love and how I can show you love the way that you want to be loved, I could just see that joy coming back in your eyes too. And that I think that helped us as well.
Yeah. We would both, I think, highly recommend doing this before you get to crisis mode like we did.
100%.
Like, if we would have done it the year before when she just mentioned, she's kind of feeling some resentment towards me.
We told our coaches at the end, after we've just seen so much improvement, a complete 180 in our marriage, we just suggested to them that we would recommend it for anyone that is just starting to have a family, just because that is a huge dynamic change on how you parent. Just having that regroup for your own marriage, just as a refresher, is huge, just to keep things